Hello, welcome to Pro Invest Wealth Managers' new YouTube channel. Today we have with us Mr. Jaideep Doshi, who is the founder of Pro Invest Wealth Managers. He also has a rich experience in the financial industry of about 15 years. So we have been receiving a lot of queries from our investors and they wanted to know more about Mirae's new NFO, which is Mirae Asset Focused Fund. So in general, what do you think about Mirae as an AMC, and also what are your thoughts on the new NFO?
Yeah. So Mirae Asset started the journey in India way in 2008. They had a very rough start, and one good thing that excites me or feels good about is this is one of the AMCs who bellwether to 2008 problem. There were other AMCs who came in at that time and had to shut down business. But these people held on to the nerves, did the right things, and that's why in 15 years they are now in the last 13 years now they are among the top 15 AMCs in the industry today.
Interestingly, Mirae has classified this fund as a focused fund, but they say that they are going to run this fund as a multi-cap scheme restricted to 30 companies. So Jaideep, how do you think this style will play out in the longer run?
So focused fund, as the name suggests, the fund manager is allowed to buy maximum 30 stocks in the portfolio. That means Mirae will focus, will put their high conviction 30 ideas in the scheme. Also classifying it under multi-cap strategy, which allows the fund manager to choose any large cap, mid cap, or a small cap stock at any given point of time. Does give a bigger universe to the fund manager to pick and choose stocks. Just to give you an example, in the chemical sector, if the fund manager is really bullish, the largest market cap is around 13,000-15,000 crores. So if he has to if he is classified as a large cap, he would probably not be able to buy any stock in the chemical sector and totally eliminate it. So this way, the fund manager has tends to have a bigger universe, which could probably help the fund, the investors in long.
Given the upcoming Lok Sabha elections, how should one look at this new fund, assuming that he is 100% already invested in equities?
Yeah. So if you are currently if you are holding mutual funds, so most of your fund managers will be 100% invested at this point in time. This fund manager, that means a focused fund manager, I feel will have an upper hand in this case, because he will have funds pre and post election. The fund is likely to get launched on the 15th, then reopen on the 15th of May, roughly 8 days before the election results. So he can actually gather thoughts and put plan his investments pre and post election. Post election also, if you see, he can actually strategize, he can actually plan out his investments based on the focused areas of the government. I mean, if there are some focused areas where the government is likely to make higher spendings, he can actually plan his investments in that manner for a 5-year, actual 4 or 5 year tenure. So this way, I think it's a lot of investors are thinking whether they should hold cash so I think it's better to leave it up to the fund manager. He decides what to do pre-election and what to do post-election. I mean, it's fairly good idea to invest in an NFO at this point. Also, if you see empirically, Mirae, I mean, we can't just guarantee anyone about their past performance, but their blue chip fund had gone through the same situation when they launched and the markets fell down. And today, everyone knows what history is. They have seen how the scheme has performed in a positive manner.
To sum it up, Mirae has never bombarded investors with new NFOs just for the namesake. So, if an investor is currently underweight in either multi-cap or focused category, this fund looks good and one can allot around 5 to 10% of his portfolio.
That's true.
Also, given the uncertainty about the Lok Sabha elections, it's a wise decision to leave it to the fund manager.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.